So as you guys may or may not know, there's this famous soccer player. His name is Achraf Hakimi. This guy plays for a famous soccer team, PSG, it's a French team, and right now he's in the middle of a divorce. His wife allegedly accused him of raping her. God don't know if this is true or not, and of cheating, God knows. But she is requesting half of his assets because in the country where they both live, the woman is entitled to 50% of the man's total assets, just like here it is in the US. But here's the thing. This man was really smart about what he did because his assets were written under his mother's name, not under his own name. This guy figured out the cheat code to life, the gateway to freedom from all these things. His assets, not under his name, under his mother's name, and every single month, PSG gave him a salary, I think over €1 million. It's a lot of money. But instead of putting it under his own name, he gave all of it, or I think 80% of it, to his mother. And then whenever he needed anything, he'd call her. Hey mom, can you buy me a Lamborghini? Can you buy me a Bentley? Can you buy me a Mercedes? Can you buy this? Can you buy that? And she's, oh, of course, son, I can do anything for you. You see, this man, I don't know the whole story, but that's all I know. All I know is he was very smart and tactful about this because he knew in the back of his mind that maybe one day, if my wife were to leave me, I'm still safe. My assets are protected. My assets are under my own name. Because guys, there's horrible people out there. There's horrible women out here. I don't know the whole story between them, but I do know that that is the case. And in order to protect yourself, instead of leaving yourself vulnerable, where your assets are, just easily grabbable, if you will, by that woman, instead they're protected because you just never know what happens. And so because he was so smart, this dude, he unlocked like the cheat code. His assets were under his mom's name. His now ex-wife was requesting those assets, and guess what? No assets available, babe. They're under my mom's name. Mind blown. We didn't know that this was going to happen, but it happened because this man was a total G. You see, this is kind of like a victory for all men across the globe because this is something that we're not even so familiar with. It's unheard of. Even though we know, yes, that you could technically do that. You could take your assets and put it under, let's say, your mother or someone else. But no one did it before that's, in the public eye. This is the first man in the public eye to do it, and then this news is just going totally viral right now. He knew that there was a chance for divorce for whatever reason. I don't know what he did. And if she accuses him of whatever, or if she asks for divorce, I'm sorry, we have irreconcilable differences. That's what they call it here in the US, irreconcilable differences. Whatever they call it in other countries, differences, he's not making me happy, whatever. She could say anything. I don't know if she's honest or not. If she asks for a divorce, she's entitled to half your shit, and then you are screwed, bro. I'm sorry to tell you this, I'm not saying this to scare you, but it's just the truth. That's how the divorce laws are rigged here in the US. But instead, this man had common sense and he was smart. And he was like, wait a minute, if I have this under my mom's name and anything I want, I get to ask her, hey mom, I want a new sofa, I want a new TV, I want a new couch. Yeah, buy yourself a Lamborghini while you're at it. Yeah, buy yourself 2 Mercedes. He could do whatever the hell he wants because he has this money. €1 million every single month. So if you ask me about my opinion when it comes to this, honestly, I think the dude's a G for doing this. I don't know so much about the background. I don't know if he cheated or if he didn't cheat. But of course, all the women are just like, oh, he obviously cheated. He cheated. He did the wrong thing. She's entitled to his all those benefits, all those assets, even Islamically. Yeah, that's true. But you didn't hear the other side of the story. The other side of the story is maybe he was innocent. Maybe she just didn't like him anymore. Maybe she had eyes for another man, and she just decided she wants to leave him, to take his assets, to take his money, to get all that money she can. But instead of doing that, now she can't do that because the assets aren't under his own name. It's under his mother's name. So my personal opinion is you take from this what you can. Obviously, I don't condone cheating in any way whatsoever. I think that's a horrible thing to do, especially if you have integrity. No person with integrity would ever cheat. But still, nevertheless, if you're smart, just in case, especially if you have a lot of money, you never know what that woman will do under extreme situations, under extreme circumstances. Again, I'm not labeling every woman as one way or another way, but this man was very smart about what he did. His assets weren't under his own name. He put them under his mom's name, and then he calls mom, please buy this for me. Okay, son, I'll do whatever you want. That's it. And because of that, he has freedom now. This is a gateway to freedom. This is a way for us men across the globe to celebrate this victory in terms of freedom. Take it as a sign that this is your way to freedom. Not as a way to be evil, not as a way to be dishonest, person with no integrity, not a way for any of those things, but to think outside the box. If I want to protect my assets, just in case this woman turns out to be a not so good woman, what do? Oh, I could write my assets under my mom's name, my dad's name, whatever. I mean, I've never been married before, but this is a new idea that's introduced to me. And it's introduced to all men across the globe now. And this is why it's going viral. It's trending. She wanted to get that money from him the easy way. Nah, baby, that's not the easy way. There's other things that are happening behind the scenes that you don't know about. And because he was protecting himself. I don't know if he actually cheated, if he didn't cheat. It doesn't look like he did, but I don't know the guy. I don't know the whole story. But all I'm saying is this man was smart in the fact that he protected himself. And that's the message I want to share with you guys, to protect yourself. You know, right before a UFC fight, protect yourself at all times. Same thing over here, protect your assets at all times. Because you never know. You never know what she can do with those assets if she can access them. We've seen what happened to Jeff Bezos. We've seen what happened to Kanye West's wife, Kim Kardashian, ex-wife, of course, right now. Once they get a hold of that, you're screwed. 50% of your assets. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of fucking money. I'm nowhere near being rich like that, to be honest. But if in the future my wife, or if at the time she's my ex-wife, gets access to that, I'm screwed. Half of my assets, that's a lot of money, bro. Half of your assets here in the US, that's how the laws are rigged. In favor to women, because you never know. Maybe the woman doesn't really turn out to be the nicest of women, and then she figures out any loophole to get out of there. Yeah, I don't really like this man. I like that other man instead. You know, after 2 years, I've decided that he's not the best for me. So she leaves him, and guess what? Half the assets are for her. Irreconcilable differences. Whatever the hell she says, whatever story she says. Irreconcilable differences. I'm sorry. All right, congratulations. She has half the assets. So there's a lot in it for her in terms of divorce, in terms of benefits of divorce. But for men, there's not that many benefits, to be completely honest. And this isn't a video for me just being negative and saying, oh, marriage is horrible. No, not at all. I actually fully believe in marriage, especially as a person with, a religious background that favors that. That's, better for that, for a better future, for a righteous future. But at the end of the day, you still have to protect yourself. And this is good news for both me and other people across the globe to understand how to better protect ourselves in terms of navigating a relationship with someone, because at the end of the day, you never know, man. Sure, obviously, if she proves to be a trustworthy woman or she proves to be a great woman, that's great. Then, you've landed yourself a great woman, a righteous woman. But at the end of the day, we see and hear of situations like this that have happened. And I've heard of people who personally told me this. They've been screwed because of the laws here in the US. It screwed them. Half of the assets gone, out the window. I don't want the same thing for you too, dude. I obviously don't want the same thing for me either. So that being said, this is just a way to think about this in terms of your future, your marriage, your assets from a totally new perspective. Open yourself up to a new perspective and then understand, okay, what can I take from this situation that can actually benefit me in the future? Obviously in a righteous way, in a healthy way, and not in a way that's toxic to either one or both of the people. So yeah, man, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Open your mind up to these new possibilities, understand how to navigate your future, learn from other people's mistakes, and stop trying to take the hard way out for every situation like a lot of guys do, and learn from your mistakes. And I'll see you in the next one, bro. Peace.